News 8 political reporter Rick Albin joining us right now. Rick, please break down some of these numbers for us. A lot going on tonight.
Yeah, and still a lot to come. And Alice may have overlooked one big primary that's coming up before Florida. That's here in Michigan. But first, let's take a look at what's going on tonight. In California, the polls have just closed. We're not going to have those numbers for a while, but I can tell you can expect Bernie Sanders to do pretty well there. And so that's a momentum builder for him, perhaps, as those delegates get broken up in the big states like Texas and California. We'll see where that goes. But for bragging rights, for momentum rights right now, it's Joe Biden. He's won everything from Massachusetts, Virginia, North Carolina, Alabama, Tennessee, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Minnesota. Sanders wins in Utah and Colorado, of course, his home state of Vermont. Now, here in Texas and here in California is where the delegate race will be won. Let's take a look at that, because these are not winner take all. These are proportionate. So if you get 42% of the vote, you get 42% of 40% of the delegates, and then the rest go to the congressional districts, but that gets a little complicated. These are raw numbers, and these are being compiled right now by the folks at NBC. So Biden's picked up big, 277, 236. Nobody else is playing. But the idea is that I think what you're going to see by the time this all comes around tomorrow morning is that we're not going to see that kind of separation. I think that Bernie Sanders will pick up in Texas. I think that he will pick up in California, but I still think you're going to have a competitive race. The real question is, what happens in California? Big takeaway from tonight, Biden's momentum from South Carolina is real. Sanders is doing very well with his base, may have to expand that. But the question is, in California and Texas, how many people place? You have to have 15% in order to make it work, to get any delegates at all. So if you get 14, you don't get anything, and those go to the other guys. If you can break those up in 3 or 4 ways, that's good news for Biden. If Sanders can get it into a two-way race in those states, he could have a big delegate lead by this time tomorrow, or, as Alice said, maybe this time next week. It's going to take a while to count.
It will. Okay, Rick, thank you.